This episode was previously recorded and is sponsored by Jay the Barber.
Welcome to another edition of In the Neighborhood. I am here with
Joey Withinarts, JoeyWithinarts.
And you're from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia, born and raised in Norfolk, and that's my hometown, 804, all day, man.
All right. Okay. All right. I've been ready for this. This is good. I had to do a lot of research, man, and I got to find like different artists and stuff like that. So I'm gonna name off some artists. These are gonna be the most famous Black artists. We have Kara Walker. We have Jean Michael Basquiat and Jacob Lattimore.
Yes,
which one of those names rings the bell the hardest in like as far as you being inspired?
Basquiat. I mean, hands down, I feel like the man was a very inspiration, definitely on the Black community and also the LGBTQ community. You know, like he made a movement at a time that a lot of people didn't appreciate, you know, being Black for one, and also, the war LGBTQ is going through right now. So, I mean, he definitely made a point, and for him to go to New York and have one of his paintings to be most of the richest, he's the most famous, Black artist really of today, hands down.
Wow. Okay. We have other artists. We have Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, Picasso, Frida Kahlo. I hope I'm saying these names correct. One of the artists that is most popular for their portraits is Vincent van Gogh.
Yes.
Most of his famous portraits were portraits of himself. Do you do portraits of yourself?
I don't. I really don't. I need to get into that. I have asked many people told me to do it before. I think Van Gogh as an artist was very creative. He was smart. He just wanted to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? That was his biggest message. He wanted people to. He hid his pain and how he looked through his paintings. And it was deep. You know, he was a very inspirational guy, man. And for him to give the lady his artwork of his ear of his is deep, man, because if you can't give a painting, I mean, why would you give a piece of your body? Wow. And that's powerful, man, just to be recognized, because people can't, I don't know, they don't accept beauty when they see it, you know what I'm saying? But it's a deep concept. It's a deep individual.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna get the jitters out.
Yeah, for sure, man. We good. I like the fact that you did look back at the artists that came before you. You said that one of the most inspiration, or the most inspiration that you've got is from Basquiat, which I believe I do think that Basquiat's name is very popular. Other than like Picasso, I think Picasso's name is very, very, like, everybody kind of knows Picasso, you know? Have you ever put like hidden messages or put like a hidden anything in your artwork?
The main biggest thing that I try to keep the messages is bringing back the culture. You know, I try to bring back the old things that, passed before me, had led the way for me. And definitely this painting right here, a lot of people don't know much about him. Peter Whip, he, every mark that he had, they used to, they called that was discipline. But I don't really call that discipline, I call that revolutionary. And that was his mark of battle, what he was going through, his testimony. And but more than just him, I've done many paintings of Frederick Douglass family, Booker T. Washington, Jesse Jackson, and I'm trying to give the education back to the youth, making sure they understand what we went through and who paved the way for us, and just to be inspired again, because we need that type of inspiration in this generation, this world today, because we're losing that. We're losing the idea of who is a hero, or our definition of a hero.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because back in the 50s and the 40s and the 60s, the Jim Crow and definitely Jim Crow and the war on drugs, and also just slavery itself, civil rights movement, the freedom riders. A lot of people don't understand those concepts, of the battles, the hardships they had to go through. And for our generation, we don't deal with those things anymore. But my thing is, I use my art for the message that's saying that we have not forgotten.
Wow.
Definitely not forgotten, man.
Wow, what a message. I thought you were going to say I put Joey in a couple paintings. That message is way bigger than that. Okay.
Appreciate
That's
it, bro.
beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Download the Cut app and book Jay the Barber, located in Central South Carolina.
Wow. So, helping the youth. Wow, that was so deep, man. I really like that. That's a deep message. I like that. It almost makes all your artwork looks deeper. You know what I mean? When you're looking at it now, you know.
Definitely.
That's beautiful. I think you may have answered it kind of, you know, but I still have to ask the question: what is your why?
My why is definitely to give back. My why is to tell my story, you know, because, you know, like I mentioned before, I met Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington, great-great-grandson. And I went to him, I was inspired, I was excited. And I know you met Cecil J. Williams.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I mean, I know you met him, and he's definitely an icon, you know, photographer, just like yourself. And I feel like when I met Frederick Douglass family, I went up to him, and I was just like, man, I'm shocked. Like, you know how it is. When you meet somebody that paved the way, it's just like, man, this is history. This is life. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to him, I was so excited, and he told me, he was like, why are you that excited for? And I was like, bro, you made history. You led these ways. You know what I'm saying? Booker T. And I was like, man, this is like life for me. Like, this is everything. And then he said, you know what? You're special too. Then I was like, how am I as special as you? Like, how can you compare me to a Booker T. Washington? He said, the only thing different is your stories begin to be written. He said, the reason why it's different is because our generation, we don't document. We don't capture the moments that we have. And in 10 years, 15 years, we would say we had a life. But my thing is, how can we educate and pass down if we got nothing to show? We have to document, and pave your way, make your story, write your book, go out there and do something that capture your lifestyle. Because if you do that, then you're gonna leave a legacy. But you have to, in order to leave a legacy, you have to teach a message. In order for you to teach the message, you have to document your information. So definitely educate yourself, even when it comes down to footage, down to authors, down to painting, something to tell people that I was here. Leave your stamp.
Wow.
You feel me?
Wow. That's deep. At what age did you find your peace in your art? At what age did you say, oh man, like, you know, like I really calm myself down? Like, is art becoming like a meditation to you? Or what age did that happen?
I would say in my 20s, like instantly. I done it, you know, growing up. You know, when I went to Verona High School, I went to John Rolfe Middle School in Virginia, in the Eastern Rico, and it was always a hobby for me at first. You know, it was just something that we did in the house, and I was just competing with my brothers and sisters, and it was just a friendly thing. You know, everybody came home from school, sit down on the floor, grab a piece of paper, and just draw all day. And it was fun. You know, growing up as a child, it was fun. But then once I moved to South Carolina, I was doing it at work, and you know, I wasn't really supposed to be doing it. A lady, she walked past me, and she saw the picture that I was drawing of a dog. And then from there, it was really history, because I realized it was more than just the house. It was more than just doing it at school. Because, you know, a lot of artists, we feel like after we take it in school and it's done, like, what's the need for it? You know what I'm saying? And definitely if it's not giving money on our table, or, you know, there's no job title that we can go out there and actually be an artist, you know, except you be an architect, but or a school teacher. But at the same time, it's not really a job that you can be creative and do your own piece of art and get paid. And I was doing it at work one day, and then a lady walked past me. She saw it. It was history. It really was. And I definitely say in my 20s for sure.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, what was the first person to say, "Hey, you got something there"? But You said this lady that walked past you at your job said,
Oh, I would definitely say when I was in school, I always knew I was a good artist. You know, kids in the neighborhood always told me that me and my brothers and sisters, because, you know, it was a group of us that was good artists. It
Wow.
wasn't just me.
Wow.
And when I was in school, when I was doing competitions, you know, going into like putting up pieces in museums or different, you know, different locations, or the central office used to buy our pictures.
You're not new to this.
No, definitely not. This is definitely something that I've done growing up as a child.
That's beautiful.
And the amazing part about it is, like, when I was a kid, the art teacher, she knew. She used to be like, all right, don't help nobody in the class because I know if Joe did it. Like, she always knew if I helped somebody. And so art was always easy for me growing up. But it was just, I never seen the passion in it because I was trying to blend in with the other kids. I was trying to be like, oh, I want to be in a football, or I want to get into, you know, anything that somebody else doing besides understanding what I already was given.
Wow.
You know.
Wow, that's something. That's something. Wow.
Sure. Appreciate it.
Wow. That was beautiful, man. Like, kids forever are trying to, and I can speak for myself as well, like just trying to fit in with what's going on, like you said, playing football, just doing all these things, like because your friends are doing it and stuff like that. But just to finally see, like, man, God gave me this gift. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And it set me apart. It made me different. You know.
That's right.
I always say that this world is becoming a world where normal people are wanting to be different, where there were people who were just different.
That's right.
You know?
I agree.
And our differences is what makes us special, you know? Your name is getting huge, you know? I see you're on television, you know what I mean? The news,
yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? People are capturing your story on television. Your name is getting bigger. What do you feel will be your grand moment? Like your moment when you feel like, oh, I made it, you know?
Grand moment?
Or do you feel like you've already, because you shook hands with Jesse Jackson. Do you feel like you've already had a grand moment, or you feel like you still have one coming? You still are searching for that moment, like, I made it.
My dad, I always talk to my dad about that too. And I used to tell my dad, I used to be like, man, back in your day. And my dad used to always get to me because he used to be like, back in my day? What are you talking about back in my day? He said, I'm still alive. So my day is still here. So when he tell me that, it inspired me because I feel like my grand moment is, as long as I'm living and breathing, you know, I'm living within the moment that I'm living in right now. You know what I'm saying? This is still the moment in the present. I still feel like I got a lot more to give. As long as my hands is functioning and can work and move, I feel like I'm able to, you know, create and change somebody's life. Because it's never an age or a limit that you can't stop helping somebody's life. Just because, you know, you feel like it's too late. It's too late, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't at the time when Rosa Parks sat on the bus. Well, you can still contribute and do something for Rosa Parks. You can still do something for Martin Luther King. You can still do something for John Lewis. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your research, go out there to the facilities, or you can create your own, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, change is still there, man. Just because, you know, we read these books and we think that, you know, these people led these ways and we want to create change in the neighborhood or the community, I feel like, you know, you just gotta be creative, man. I don't know. I think it's good to get y'all up.
I feel it.
But you feel it though?
Yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying.
Hell yeah, bro. Because people always feel like, oh, that already happened, so why should I?
Yeah, or they're already doing it, so
they're already doing it.
Exactly.
So let me try another idea.
How many people are saying, well, I could have said to myself, like, oh, well, there's enough photographers. I don't want to do it. You know,
but that's
there's enough people painting. Why should I do it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Wow, that's special. That's it right there, man. That's it. That's good. That's good. That's special. I think a lot of words from my father stick with me too. So I think that's something like, you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
You know,
it grows with us, man. Even if we try to like not think about it, or we try like we move on no matter where we go in life. We always comes back. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about parenting, man.
And sometimes it seems like he said stuff when I was younger, and it's just now clicking. You know what I mean?
That's powerful, yeah.
It's just now clicking. Like he said something when I was young, and I didn't get it, or I was acting like I got it just so he would stop. You know what I mean?
That's right. I agree 100%, man. And definitely, like how they say, the world is a dangerous place. Man, the more we live, the more we see, bro. Facts.
When it comes to your art, what's your mode when you're doing a portrait? Do you have like music playing? Do you have a ritual that's like, okay, well, I do this, and that. I have to have a glass of sweet tea, and I have to smoke. I have to have jazz playing. Like, what's your mode? Like, describe it to us.
Really, like, be honest with you, really almost everything you said, like, I have to be one with the person. Like, if I'm doing something for Betty Wright, I gotta play her music. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing something for Ray Charles, I have to play his music. Like, I have to feel like I'm in the same room with the individual. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way I'm gonna capture the essence of the picture, because it's not gonna come out right. You know what I'm saying? Even like, I feel like I'm doing this picture right here, which I'm gonna wait to show everybody. But I'm doing this picture right here, but I'm in the presence of something, and that makes me feel more comfortable with the picture, because I know it's going to turn out the way they want it.
Wow. It's almost like it almost seems like how actors do. You know how actors have to get in the
And that's very true. Actors definitely gotta literally learn the script, read it, redo it over, feel it. I mean, literally step away from society, because like it's so many distractions, and you just know the picture is not going to turn out 100% right if somebody else's energy is in the picture.
Wow, that's special. That's special. I like that a lot. Okay, so I've seen that you drew Jesse Jackson, you drew D.L. Hughley, you met them. I think that's such an honor, man, that you got to shake hands with Jesse Jackson, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir, man.
D.L. Hughley, like, these are legends, you know what I mean? But I wanted to ask, who was the first, I guess, celebrity that you drew and got to meet and share your art with them?
Charles Stanford, man. I feel like a lot of people, they don't really, give him his credit, because everybody, Tiger Woods. And Tiger Woods, don't get me wrong, great guy, definitely broke many records for the black community. I mean, he's historic within himself. But Charles Stanford, he was the first African-American man in the PGA Tour. We met in Atlanta, Georgia. We sat down, we ate.
Charles Sifford.
Yeah. And we sat down, we ate together, and he was definitely my mentor. I mean, he's humble, you know what I'm saying? All the people that I meet that people don't give the time to, do the information on, there are truly humble, down to earth people like anybody else. And it was great, man. And he gave me his book. He gave me a book that he wrote, and he signed it, and he gave it to me, so he autographed for me. And also, like I said, D.L. Hughley, awesome guy. We sat down, we ate together at the Comedy Zone. What? We was upstairs, you know what I'm saying, king of comedy.
Did he perform?
Yes, he performed. Sat down to watch the performance. And, you know what I'm saying, definitely, if you see the picture, it's going to be on the video. If you see the picture, definitely, man, it was a great moment in my life, man. Beautiful. And the biggest thing, man, like I said, with all these stars and celebrities and I meet, the biggest thing is stay humble. It can happen to anybody out there. Like I said, everybody out here, we all got talents, we all got gifts. Just share it. You know what I'm saying? Share the world, give it to the world, but remain who you are.
What about some other people? Who are some other people that you got to meet?
Other people, I met Betty Wright, daughter. I met Ray Charles' daughter. I met B.B. King, daughter. Wow. I met Wilbur Hart from the Delphonics. I met Life Jenny. Life Jenny must be nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I met Tony Terry. When I'm with you. Tony. Tony Tone. You know what I'm saying? Good dude. Good solid dude, man. Okay. I met Tony. I met a few good people. No Freya. We still keep in contact. Betty Wright, daughter. She's like one of my close friends.
Wow.
And also just recently I met Dorothy Counts in Charlotte. That was historic, because for those who don't know Dorothy Counts, she was the first African American woman to attend Irwin high school. Irwin. Well, it really is Harding, but it changed to Irwin Elementary. But she was the first one, and she had a historic painting that she was walking from from the
everybody knows
front
that.
of the
Everybody knows
front
that
of the
painting.
sidewalk
Oh my
all the way
goodness.
up, and
Oh
people
my goodness.
was literally yelling at her, throwing things at her, ripping her
Wow.
shirt. I'm talking about throwing bricks at her. And my thing is about Dorothy Counts is I want people to realize that in the school systems, they really have to pay attention to these kids. You know what I'm saying? They're going through so much, you know, diversity, and nobody knows what they're going on at home. So communication is key. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about her is she can't help it. You know, waking up black, we can't help that. We can't help being who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, we all just want to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what race, black, white, Hispanic, LGBTQ, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the end of the day, we all trying to be accepted, and we all just trying to be loved. And Dorothy Counts, she really stood for that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about her, she kept her head up, her bravery was there, and she taught a message. You know what I'm saying? She had love, and just being in the same room with her, I went out to eat with her, I sat at her home with her,
Wow.
we drank tea together, and I just feel like she's a loving person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like from the
That's so
heart,
beautiful.
she's family. She's family to me now. So Dorothy Counts is amazing. She's an amazing individual.
Wow. That's
One more.
Yeah.
One more thing before you. One more thing. Another person I done work for is his name is Stefan Boss on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? I also recently went to Alabama.
Wow.
I gave a painting of Twitch to Southern Union, Alabama.
This is the guy on Ellen.
The guy on Ellen.
Yeah.
It was amazing for me because, we all know Ellen. We all know how
yeah.
Twitch is. We know how he danced around and
Yeah.
the joy of him. I mean, he was a outstanding individual. You know what I'm saying? Even if you had a bad day, like I said before, you gotta have a bad day, and you could just turn on Ellen and just watch his joy and happiness and the music that he came out with. Came out and danced with. It just made you want to get up and dance. You know what I'm saying? So Twitch was definitely an amazing individual. So I feel like it was only right for me to go to the school that he learned how to dance and give the painting of him. And right now is sitting inside the dance studio, the room where he actually was in school at.
Amen.
So
Amen.
I always love to give back to people that paved the way for us, you know what I'm saying? Because our history is cherishable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying black history, but all history is cherishable, because how can me, Joey Withinarts, be who I am without the people that led the way for me? You know what I'm saying? I got to use my hands for the history that was given. So
I love that. That's it right there. Wow. I think it's you know what, man, like it's so beautiful, man. So special that your art, your talent, you know what I mean, your gift got you is opening doors for you, you know? It's
Definitely.
opening those doors for you. And the fact that you said, man, I was in her home, you know what I mean? I had tea with her, you know what I mean? I sat down with DL, you know what I mean? Like having these moments with you know what I mean, with people's families, you know what I mean? Like you said, you met Chad with both mother and father, you know what I mean? Having these moments, man, like your gift opening these doors is so special. So I wanted to, I've been hearing it this whole conversation. I've been hearing it, but I want you to kind of put like an exclamation point on how important is art.
Art is life, man, because we really can't live without seeing art. You know, I mean, we're forced to see it. Even when you drive down the road and you see a stoplight, you know what I mean? That's a form of art. Even if you go to, any building, any architect, anything, even the Bible, the first language was art. You know what I'm saying? People back then, they was illiterate, so they had to literally use a form of art to tell stories. You know what I'm saying? So our art is life, literally is life. And also, as when it came down to the Jim Crow and the Civil Rights Movement, you know what I'm saying? Art was teased, but also glorified, because they used images of us, as like the, don't quote me.
Like blackface and stuff like that?
There you go. And they use the images of blackface, and they use it to discriminate black people. You know what I'm saying?
Art.
And still art. Still today. Still art. So, in the end of the day, art been around, for forever. And it's still
will be on. We'll be here to the end.
Because I feel like no matter when you create something, that's a form of art. You know what I mean? I think it's big in school. They need to continue teaching it. You know what I'm saying? Continue teaching the people that led the way and just being able to teach creativity. You know what I'm saying? Any type of form of imagination is art.
Wow. Wow. If you had to, if you could tell young Joey something, Joey's 7 years old, Joey's outside playing pickup basketball, Joey's out there playing, you know what I mean, playing with his friends outside. If you could tell young Joey something, what would it be?
It'll be, I'll tell the young Joey, man, keep living. Keep doing what you're doing. Because I want him to understand while you live, you're learning and you're creating, learning creativity. And I feel like experiencing, just going out there, experiencing life. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause sometimes, you know, we have to go through something in life in order for us to find the gift. So whatever I done, whatever I done,
Talk that talk now. Talk that talk.
whatever I realized and found when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, it must have been something great because I continued living on my gift. And I feel like, you know, everybody in life, I feel like we may go through bad things in life, but at the same time, those bad things brought you to where you at today. So, I mean, do I regret anything in my past? No. You know what I'm saying? Because if I knew this was my end game, I would have made the decisions twice. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you speaking, man. You speaking.
Yeah,
I
bro.
love it, man.
So I definitely feel like if I would have met myself younger, you know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody would have been like, you know, throw another pencil at him, throw another, you know, paper at him. But at the same time, maybe I wasn't ready for that. Maybe I had to grow mentally before I did the work physically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the truth, man. Because timing is key.
Time
too.
is key.
Word. I love that. I love that. I love that point. Art was here and will be here forever.
That's right.
When you said that, hey man, it's the stoplight outside. That's art. Woo! Man, that was something right there.
Yes, sir. Life, bro. Life. Any form of living.
That was something. That was
deep.
the stoplight. That's art. It was a form, because there had to be some form of imagination to get it there.
That's right.
But just running through like these people that you drawn. You got Cher, Prince, our Black Panther, Denzel, Takeoff, Twitch, Eddie Murphy, Al Green, Lil Richard, Tupac, DL Hughley, Young Dolph,
Let's go,
Kaepernick,
man. Keep it going.
DMX, Malcolm X,
Yes, sir.
Come
yes,
on
sir.
now, Michael Jackson,
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Like the list goes on and
The
on.
list definitely goes on.
You
And
know?
it was continue going on. Continue going on. Continue
What do you
going on.
feel like? What do you feel like your favorite piece is? That's tough. What do you feel
My
like
favorite
your
piece.
is?
Bro, I say this, every one of those had a different moment in my life. And really, I definitely say this one behind me.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? The reason why is because you can see, like, I already know this piece ain't gonna get accepted by many.
Wow.
But if the few actually take their time to like pay attention on it, I feel like they can see like the journey, the pain that I pour into my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because every picture that I got, I want to make sure is up to the standards of the people. But this one right here, I want this one to be the standards of the world.
Earlier you said, hey, I asked you about your mode. I said, hey, what kind of mode you're in? You said, hey, if I was drawing Prince, I had to have Purple Rain playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I was drawing Michael Jackson, I had Thriller playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What did you have going on when you drew that?
The culture, the Black culture, what we live through every day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like each whip is a lifeline. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching also. I was familiar with the piece. I was familiar with the person, with this picture. But also I watched the Will Smith movie and congratulate Will. You know what I'm saying? I know he's going through a lot, but the man is definitely a legend, an icon within itself. You know what I'm saying? He will always be respected in my book.
Wow.
But yes, he played a role. He played a role playing him, and I feel like he did awesome. You know, he didn't really get much of the people view, but he definitely caught my view.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
definitely major respect to Will.
And that's what kind of drew it all in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it made that connection. That's special. That's it. I love that. I love that. Wow, this has been a segment. This has been a segment. It's a lot of gems in here. But here on In the Neighborhood, I like to ask, who else should I interview? Before you answer, make sure it's someone that you can get me in touch with.
I feel like one of the best people that I can honestly think about, and I love his creativity. He's different. He's unique. His style is impeccable. The man is amazing. He made a major impact here in the Carolinas, I feel, and I feel like one of the key people in the Carolinas would definitely be Moody Black.
I've heard of him. Definitely heard of him.
Outstanding individual. I could definitely contact you with him. He's like a brother to mine.
Wow.
Matter of fact, he be at Coffee on the Ground all the time. The man, he also made a poem about me.
Wow.
To give honor back to me in my work.
Wow.
And I just want to give back to him. So definitely I think Moody Black would be one of the greatest people for you to do work for.
All right, Mr. Black. I'll be trying to be in contact with you. Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Hey.
I will tag and share this video in his name.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Joey, I really appreciate you. I appreciate your art. I appreciate your words of wisdom. I don't know if you knew, like, you said a lot today, man. I feel like it's really going to inspire people. Maybe someone young hears this and they say, man, maybe I don't want to play football. Maybe I just want to be an artist, you know what I mean? Or whatever type of things that they're into, you know what I mean? Make sure they stick into it. I think that's special. Man, you've been over there working the whole time, man.
Yes, sir.
What you got over there, man?
Man, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But while this whole time we was doing this interview, I took the time to paint you, captivate you, use a little bit of oil pastel.
No way.
You know what I'm saying?
This about to be crazy.
Because my thing about me, man, I love to give back. For the people that give to me, I love to give back to my people. So, hold on one second.
Wow. You know this going up, man. This gonna be one of them ones right here.
Check it out.
Man.
You know what I mean? So this is the man behind the mic.
That's
so if
crazy.
you don't know, now you know.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, man. That's crazy. Dang. And you did that right here, too. Like, while we were talking, that's crazy, man.
History.
God. Hey, man, thank you so much, bro.
I'm just riding in the neighborhood. You here with Joey Withinarts. Y'all go out there and check out my boy, man.
For real. I appreciate that so much, bro.
Death.
For real, man. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you so much, man. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow, man.